Hello everybody, in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the I cube. Now this is another one of the 3x3x5 modifications from Calvin's puzzle, as you can see the sticker. And this is a little bit different than what you might think it is. I'm sure a lot of you already know what it is, but it looks like a fully functional 3x3x4, and it even moves like one in this direction. But in the opposite direction, you can see that it does not move like a 3x3x4. It's basically an extended 3x3 because now these are bandaged. And this adds quite a bit of difficulty. In fact, most of the time, I can just solve a puzzle without having to look up algorithms or asking for help at all, because I've solved so many, know a lot of algorithms, that I can basically just look at a puzzle, see how it moves, and apply what I already know from other puzzles onto this. This one was a little bit more challenging. I actually had to ask help from a YouTube channel owner named Twisty Puzzling, and he made an unlisted video and kind of explained it to me, which I guess, I just wasn't looking at the puzzle the right way. And this, I already knew basically all the algorithms. I just didn't really know how to apply it to the puzzle. So yeah, all of them move up like this. All right, and if we were to do a somewhat of a checker pattern, I guess we would do this. And then like this, and then it's completely checkered all the way around. So yeah, basically you solve it sort of like a 3x3 for the bottom, and I consider the red the bottom because the top is the part that's bandaged on the orange side. I would have preferred, honestly, and I find this a lot with Calvin's puzzle as well, that the sticker scheme isn't how I prefer it, but I'm not color neutral. I know everybody's, a lot of people solve with white on the bottom, and some people solve differently, right? So who's to say what's right? Anyways, for me personally, if I was to resticker this, I'd put white on the bottom and in yellow on top, because that's what I refer to as the top and bottom. So basically the first two layers, this is kind of a combination puzzle, right? The first two layers you solve like a 3x3. The second two layers you solve in conjunction with each other at the same time as a cuboid. So I'll give you an example of what I mean. So let's go ahead and scramble this up. So let's just turn these a little bit. Actually, we don't even have to turn these. We're trying to scramble these two layers first. So I'll turn these like this. I'll do a T-perm, which will put both of the layers in a T-perm. I'll put it back. Now I'll go over here, say do a V-perm. Now, unless you know a lot of PLLs, it can actually be a little bit difficult to scramble these layers, because you can turn them like this and then turn these around and put them back up, but it doesn't unsolve or unscramble these. You have to actually turn it, until none of these line up. So that's, nope, even like that. So that's a scramble there, but let's just go a little bit further. Do an H-perm. That's not an H-perm. Whoops. Anyway, so I think that the top is sufficiently scrambled, so now we can like do this and then go ahead and scramble it up like a 3x3, and you can see that it does shapeshift. So I'm going to go through a really quick solve here as well, so you can kind of see what I'm talking about, having to solve the two layers in conjunction with each other. So that's a pretty good scramble. So I'm going to solve the red side first. So I will do my red cross on the bottom. So I've done my cross. Now I look for red up here. So this is white and blue I'm looking for, which is over here. So I'll just do my F2L and insert that into the back. So now that's in. Now I'm looking for yellow and green, which is right here. All right, and then we're looking for these two, which are already put together and just need to be moved around. You can't really finger trick this, as you can see the extensions kind of get in your way. And now this is in, so we just have to put this one in. So now I've done F2L on the bottom, and you can see that this is all together. And now basically we have an OLL case. I don't know my full OLL, so I don't know this case, so I'll just treat it like 2-look. Like this, and now we've got this case, which I know, because I know 2-look. Alright, so now we've got this, and so what we're looking for here is, see, this is already set up for me. That's too bad. But anyways, what we're looking here is, things that are in conjunction. So we've got a bar here, and a bar on top, and then we've got like a, we've got, U and UA and UB permutations, but I'd hold these two bars here, do a cross swap, 1, 2, 1, 2, and now these are solved, and I just have to do an adjacent swap. And that will, but I want to make sure I take this parity out at the same time. So I do the algorithm. And so I'm basically solving them both at the same time, and that's how it's solved. It's actually not that difficult. If you know cuboid strategy, it's really not that hard at all. I just didn't get it at first because I just didn't really understand how to do them. What I did at first was solve all 3 of these layers, and then I was trying to solve the top layer doing 180-degree moves and turning them around and stuff, and that's obviously not going to work because the top layers aren't in conjunction with the bandaged layers. So no matter what I did, if I moved them like this, they're still together, moved over, and then still together, right? So it just didn't work at all. So thanks to Twisty Puzzling for that, and yeah, so that's a really, really great cube. I really enjoy it. It's quite the challenge. It's definitely a good cuboid algorithm learning cube. I mean, if you want to learn basic cuboid algorithms with center swappings, corner swappings, all that kind of stuff, which is very, very important in cuboids, this is a definite buy. So anyways, if you want to get it, the link is in the description. If you want to get it, I'd appreciate it if you do use the link in the description. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on my next video.